What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we'll be talking about 7 different altcoins today at the request of a few different people. We'll be talking about Litecoin first and foremost. Moving on from there, we'll be talking about ACH, and then Mana, 1inch, RMRK, Bridge, Oracle, and Moonbeam in that order. I will leave timestamps in the description for anybody that wants to just skip and flip through. If anybody has any requests, feel free to leave requests. I forget who it was that said it, but maybe it was Curious Sloth. I think it was actually. That said, the channel is still small enough, so I'm going to take advantage of the requests. And yes, the channel is small enough, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed recently. Hit that like button, subscribe if you'd like to. It's very much appreciated. But I'm at about 2,300 subscribers right now, and it is getting out of hand, man. It is getting out of hand. So, eventually this thing hits 20,000 subscribers, 200 million subscribers. I won't be able to keep up with everybody's requests. So while the market is just getting started, while the channel is small enough to where I can literally respond to every comment every day and see to everyone's requests every day, leave a request. Go for it. I'm up for it, man. Leave multiple requests. It's okay. We haven't hit that need to block the multiple requests yet, but it'll probably happen in that order. I'll probably go from, everybody can request what you want, to just one request per person per day, to, maybe it goes to like the top requests at some point, the ones that multiple people request. I don't know. Go ahead and create fake accounts and subscribe to me on both of them. That'll help. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyways, what we're talking about is Litecoin. First and foremost, let's get into it. LTC USD moving up, aren't you? I thought you were going to move up. I think I said that in my last video. You're up 3.8% from yesterday. Beautiful. There are a lot of things that went up a lot more than that, but that's okay, man. Litecoin, it's taking its time. It's grandma Litecoin right now, right? Taking its time. No offense to the grandmas out there, but she's definitely moving a little bit slow right now. This might be great grandma Litecoin. Or great-great-grandma. I got to be careful, man. Let's see. Top to bottom here. Finding support on the 382. Looking like you want to move up higher. Weekly RSI looks good. You're bouncing off the 50. I do like it. You are in kind of a precarious situation where you could move up, find resistance at this line here, and then move down. That is possible. You kind of look like you're in like this downtrend in the weekly RSI, which I don't like. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it develops. Let's look at the daily. Daily RSI I do like, actually. You've got these higher lows. It's not really like a straight channel, but you can see higher highs, higher lows, a little bit of this lower high right now. I guess this is a little concerning, to be completely fair. You could go up a little bit higher though first, right? Go up a little bit more before we get concerned. Grinding this green line, finding support on it, moving up. I think things look good. I think you do want to move higher. I do expect crypto as a whole to kind of take a drop here soon in the coming weeks. I do. But Litecoin probably, just as it wasn't, a lot of cryptos are bullish right now, just as it wasn't affected bullishly to the upside. I would expect it not to be too dramatically affected to the bearish side either. Damn, mouthful. You're at $76 right now. I doubt you go below like $65, $68, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. The daily is neutral, but you look like you want to go up higher, man. You really do. 4 hour looks good, looks strong right now, actually. And with the weekly bouncing off this 50, I would think you want to go higher. So where are you going to go in the very short term, immediate term? Probably up to $88. Probably. You're probably making your way up there right now. And it could happen by the end of this week, by the end of next week. It could happen by the end of January, but probably in that time range, I bet you'd go there. I know, Curious Sloth, you wanted to know the short term in the 2024 time frame. So we'll go over that. I guess the short term up, I'm thinking up. Probably by the end of January, you'll be at $88. You might even be at $100. By the halving, will you be above this high? That is a good question. I don't know. I'm not so convinced. You might. I feel like you've lagged. There's some things that are popping off now, so maybe Litecoin will pop. Maybe by the halving you do. if you get above this high, if you get above 114, you're very likely going to see these prices in a very short amount of time. So look for that, I guess. Look for really 115. Look for a break above 115 to see if you can get above these prices. If not, if it's like March and we're still over here, you know, maybe we do slump down a little bit, and then after the halving we start to move up again. But let's see. That's not the high. Finding support on that 236, man. I really do. Man, screw 88. You might be moving up to $100. You might be, like, genuinely speaking, you might be breaking $100 soon. That'd be nice. Like, soon, man. Very soon. Within the next month or two, I would think. Yeah. Looks good. I really like this fib a lot, actually. So from, you know, you're at the 236 here, to get up to the 382 took you 5 weeks that first time, okay? Here you're at the 236. To get not near the 382, but to actually touch it, it took you 5 weeks again. And here you were pretty much at your 236, and then to touch your 382, 2 weeks. So you just bounced off your 236 here. I would say within the next month, man, probably by the end of January, you're up at that $100 level or higher, probably higher, genuinely speaking. Yeah. Yep. Every little bearish kind of knick-knack thing that I was saying a second ago about it maybe not being above this high by the halving, I think that's out the window. I think you do actually get above this high by the halving, and in which case you would see prices all the way up at, what was that, 160? 153 to 176, somewhere in that range, yeah. That's the expectation. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 138 to 176, in that range. And probably toward that 176, because that's all the way up at your golden ratio there. You break this 382, this overall 382, you're probably going to go up to that 618. And I think you do on this next attempt. Not only that, but you'd be breaking through, remember the 382 is right here at about $96. That green line's also right there. You break through that, it's probably on, man. So yeah, Litecoin looks good. Now 2024, as far as what it's going to do in 2024, that's hard. That's really hard to answer. I suppose I would need this top to bottom. And this is just a guess, man. This is not psychic prophecy. By the end of 2024, I think Litecoin sees prices above $200. I don't think it sees prices above $300. But it very well could close the year of 2024. It could close the year below $200, but it's probably at some point sees prices above $200. You might do something like this, right? If you're getting ready right now, you might break above your 382, find support on it, something like that, right? And then before the halving, you make your way all the way up here, right? Something like that. And then it's halving time. Things are stagnant for a little while. Who knows? And then toward the end of the year, you start to move up again, right? And you move up. You hit your 236 above $200 here. It's September now. And then you move all the way down to your 618, and it's November. And then maybe you ping pong around in this area again. Maybe you go straight off to the races. I don't know. This is all guessing. But more or less, you can see the kind of uptrend that you'd be maintaining, right? Something like that. It doesn't have to look anything like this. Watch it be exactly like this, but I don't know. You know, I'm just basing it off fibs, but I don't expect that you're just going to move straight through all this in a straight line. Even if you were to do this, you know, that would still put you in like the middle of next year to see new all-time highs. I would think below 300 but above 200 by the end of 2024. You probably don't see new all-time highs. That's my guess, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If you were to see new all-time highs in 2024, it would happen October, November, December. Probably. It could happen before, but I could be wrong. And it's so hard to say, man, because we're not even in 2024 yet. We're so close, but we're not. So don't hold me to that. I can be wrong. You know, I can absolutely be wrong. But I'm gauging that off of the fact that Litecoin's kind of a laggard. So without any more of that, let's get into ACH. I spent enough time on Litecoin. ACH it is for the Fonz himself. That one was for Bartman and Curious Sloth on Litecoin there, in case I didn't say that. Top to bottom here. Not a whole lot to go off of. That's okay. We don't need it. That's fine. What about bottom to top? 618, 69, bouncing, grinding that 382, looking like you want to break it, bro. It's looking good. It's looking promiscuous. You're in your bullish area of control on the weekly. Looking nice. Not a whole lot of volume, but that's okay. You haven't really broken out yet, have you? Volume's dying off. You're in a consolidation phase. It looks good. I like it. I like the RSI on the daily. It looks good. I like it. You probably move up, man. You're probably, yeah. You're at 2.3 cents. You might flip that around and go to 3.2 cents here real soon. Real soon. That's my guess for this thing. 4 hour looks nice as well. Yeah, you're getting ready, man. It might happen over the next week or two, is what I would think. Yep. Previous area of resistance right here near this 236. Kind of a little support area that you grinded out to. It makes sense. Somewhere above 3 cents is where I think you're going in the short term. Yeah. And then where are you going after that? Oh, look at that, 618 right there at 3 cents. 6.9's at 3.3. I bet you green line's right up there. You're probably going up there, man. You probably find turbulence there at first, but that's okay. And then maybe after that, you pull back down to this 382 or to the 0.5 here, something like that, and you bounce. However, whichever one you do, you'll probably see prices after that bounce all the way up at 7 to 12 cents. And I think that would happen before the halving, though I do think, again, you find resistance in this area, pull back, and then move up. That's my genuine interpretation. You could move higher. You could go straight to your 786. That's been happening a lot lately too, so don't be thrown off. If you do, just because you break through this zone does not mean it's going to the heavens immediately. It could. Anything could happen. But odds are you find resistance somewhere in this area. You pull back somewhere to this area here, and then you move up higher. That's my thoughts. So ACH, Alchemy Pay, looking good for like immediate movements upward, I would say. Looking good. 4 hours decent. 1 hour's neutral, but whatever. That's what you get whenever you're consolidating right before a break. You're going to be very neutral, and you're going to probably see an explosive mood. I would think, to the upside. That's ACH. Let's move on to Mana. Mana, man, this is one of my favorite coins. One of my top holds, actually, man. This is I actually bought some the other day at 52 cents, and here we are sitting at 54.54. Beautiful number. Let's actually go to Kraken. More historical data. That's why. I don't know why that white line's there. We're going to delete it. Top to bottom, you're above your 236, grinding it out. You probably move up to your 382. Probably going to see 80 to 81 cents, maybe even higher. Who says you have to stop there? You could go all the way up to your green line. You could break $1 in a very short amount of time with Mana. Strong on the weekly RSI. Pretty strong and resilient on the daily. I don't like this rejection off the overbought zone. That's not nice. That's probably why price is being stifled now. But on the bright side, we are holding above this 236, so there still is hope to go up. But and probably again to this 382 area. Maybe we go up here. But I would think we find some resistance. We found so much resistance on this 236. I would think if we broke above the 382, we'd at least pull back to find support on it. But I would bet we find resistance somewhere in that 82 to 85 cent area. I don't like that. But overall, you're pretty resilient in your RSI to the bullish side, so that is nice, but I don't like that. Continue to move up, because if not, you might be rolling over, and you might go back down below 50 cents, maybe even below 40 cents. It's possible. But I think it doesn't. I think it goes up. 4 hour, not as encouraging, is it? 4 hours says, I want to go lower. Maybe we do go to 50 cents, like today or tomorrow, maybe, and then we move up. That'd be nice, but 4 hour doesn't look as encouraging. 1 hour, whatever. 2 hour doesn't look encouraging either. this is screaming for immediate downside today. So maybe there is some pullback today. You pull back to like these higher lows, maybe around 50 cents, maybe even just below 50 cents. But then from there we can talk about it going up again. So for the short term, down and then up. Long term, Mana's at 54 cents. I think it's going to see $100, man. I think it's going to see $100 genuinely by the end of this cycle. 1886 all the way up there at about $99. This thing loves its 1886, man. It really, really does. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for Mana. Down in the immediate term, like today, tomorrow, maybe, and then maybe next week, sometime next week, we can talk about it moving up more. 1 inch. Oh, 1 inch. One-inch network. Okay, we're going to use it on Coinbase or Binance, sure. What about USDT? USDT on Binance, okay. A lot of volume here, but so what? But, you know, it's up 31% this month. Yeah, okay. Bounced off your 40, not a bad look, I suppose. Let's look at this. Man, Jesus, man. How the mighty have fallen. Let's see here. I say mighty, but it, you know, it was $55 million, 70. It went to an $80 million market cap at one point, which is pretty good considering it was at like 1.5 million, even like lower than that back in October. But I digress. This is about 1 inch, man. $506 million market cap. Pretty diluted. I want to look at this. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Huh. Well, let's keep looking. Hold on. Yeah, look at how abysmal the price chart is, but how relatively neutral the market cap is. That means there's so many coins being pumped into the space over time that the market cap is raising, but the price can decrease, you know. So with that being said, for this thing to achieve its all-time highs from its current price, it would have to do it would be at like 7.5 billion, something like that. I just did quick math, I might be wrong. It's a 17x. If it's at 500, a 10x would be 5 billion. 17x. So that might be like $8 billion, $8 billion, something like that. I might be wrong. Just kind of quick math there. That's achievable. It could see new all-time highs for sure. Though it was easier to attain these prices before it got diluted. Let's see what the dilution or the tokenomics are like. If it says, yes, it does. I love it when it says that. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is nice. You will cease to dilute your circulating supply in December of next year, basically kicking off 2025 with no more inflation. So, and it looks like the most of your inflation is going to come in. It's already happened. So you are on the down and down with your inflation. It's not gonna. You've already seen your highest rates with that. So that's probably good for growth overall. A lot went to the core, community incentives, whatever that means. Backers, small back, like all of this went to the core, right? Like the OGs, like half of it. I don't like that necessarily. But whatever. There's things like this that still do well. I would bet it kind of, maybe it performs well in 2024, but I bet in the latter half of the bull market, like 2025, you're really going to see this thing take off. But enough of that. Let's look at the immediate term. Weekly here, strong looking RSI. I like it. Probably moves up. Probably. Daily RSI, very strong as well. Probably moves up. Yes, I like it. I do. Top to bottom here. Nope, that's not it. I bet you go higher. Probably not too much higher, but probably a little bit higher. Yeah. You might be making your way, I mean, you're at 45 cents, 44.5 cents right now. You might be making your way all the way up to $80. But let's see how you do with this 52 cent area first, 52.5 cent area. Let's see how you do with that. I think you're at least moving up to there, but let's see how you do with that first. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good for more immediate continuation, I would say. Probably goes up. So that's 1 inch. Can it achieve new all-time highs? Absolutely it can, especially as that dilution just goes away. Top to bottom here. I just want to see real quick, right? If it's going to be fully diluted, that would mean that the fully diluted supply is 670, let's call it 673, 673 million. 45x? I think you could do that. I think so, yeah. You could see this thing be worth $21, maybe even 75. It's possible. It's possible. It could do it. Although that, I think, would give you an over $100 billion market cap, wouldn't it? 673 times 170. Yeah. I think that would be over a $100 billion market cap, or at least around it. So maybe not. Maybe you don't see that $75, but I think you could see a $21 or higher, maybe a $35. A lot of cryptos like their 1414 for some reason. Man, I had some guy, you know, I'm in a bunch of different Discords. I'm not just in mine, but the one that I focus on most is definitely mine. But there's another one that I used to like really focus on, and there's this guy that was like 1414. That's not even a fib. Like, what are you talking about? And I just feel like, man, it's so significant. Like, I've seen so many cryptos find significance on their 1414. It's not even funny. The only funny thing is that I showed him a bunch of examples that the 1414 was significant, and he's like, no, wrong, you're cherry picking. It's like, how? I'm choosing the top to the bottom. How's that cherry picking? I'm not like going like, oh yeah, it's right here, like somewhere. Yeah, that seems about right. 1414 right in line with the all-time highs. No, it's top to bottom. That's how you measure fibs, ranges. A monkey could do it. It's really easy. Software does it. That's, you know, it's, I mean, I guess computers and AIs, algorithms, they can do a bunch of sophisticated things, but finding a top to a bottom is not that sophisticated. I'm just saying it's very simple to find your own ranges. Now, if I was measuring it from here, right, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make, if I was like doing this, it's like, what are you measuring? None of that makes sense at all, okay? I'm getting off on a topic. Yes, the 2272 here happens to line up with these all-time highs, but that's not how it works, man. Anyways, moving on to RMRK. RMRK USDT on KuCoin. Looking good. I like this. I like this structure a lot, man. I really do. When you get this solid just drop off and then this like soft landing, you even kind of have a like double bottom. It's not a double bottom, but like this like cup and cup here. I like it. I love things that look like this, man. Even though it's moved up, how far up is it already? Top to bottom, bottom to top. Moved up 220%. You're up 153 right now. I still think it's early to get in. Could it go lower from here? Sure, you know, but it's still early to get in on this thing. I don't really know what this thing is though. At your 236, finding resistance, maybe move back down. You're at 350 right now. Maybe you move back down to $1.76. You could lose 50% from here. Maybe you don't. Maybe you find support at 280 something or 250. You know. But I do think you're finding resistance here. You probably do move down a little bit. Where let's draw a fib relative to that actually. You could, man. Yeah, you really might move all the way back down to $1.80. If not, probably, I mean, at least 282, at least there. But I would think anywhere from about $1.80 to 215 is on from here, probably. And then you probably make your way back up. This 382 is calling your name. It's all the way up there at $6.15. I just don't think you're ready for it yet, you know, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Weekly RSI looks good. Bearish divergence though, looking kind of weak on this week and a bit of a wick on last week already. Nice volume. Daily RSI is pretty strong. No follow through. You got your breakout, no follow through. I don't like that. If you moved sideways for a couple days, maybe even a few days, but it's getting to be like a week of just, I don't like it. I don't like it. You probably move down. You probably do. Yeah. Maybe you don't go all the way down to what I was saying, like $1.80. Maybe you don't go down there. Maybe you hold this ascending trend line here. Maybe. Down from here is what I think about RMK, and then eventually probably it goes up higher. How high will it go? I don't know, man. It's, you know, I don't know anything about this coin. So if you want to invest in it, look into it, study it yourself. It might be the next big thing, man. It might be BS. Who knows? I don't know. $33 million, very low market cap. So if it wanted to drop 70% from here, that's not a big deal. It can do that. It can do that in a day. And then return in a day. It's got a low enough market cap where those kind of numbers, if there's some serious money interested in this, they can manipulate the price like that. But if it were to see new all-time highs in this cycle, is that even possible? Let's see. Yeah, that's totally possible, man. You could go, you're at 350 right now. You could see prices, you could see 100x in this thing. 100x after all would be 3.3 billion. It's a doable market cap. Yeah, 1414 right at your 100x, man, right there. You might even go all the way up to your 1618 and see 200x. Maybe even higher. Especially if it gains relevance, but I think down for now. Down for now, you're gathering your bearings, probably sees an explosive move sooner or later, but I think down for now is a safe assumption. Yeah, 4 hour looks like it wants to go down. Yeah. And again, where are you going to go? Hard to say. If you don't hold that 280 level, my immediate assumption would be that you go to around $2 to $2.15. That's my immediate assumption. So you could take this low out and still be fine. But you might just hold that 280 level and be fine as well. But probably down from here, at least there, if not to the white zone. Moving on from there, we're going to be talking about Bridge, Oracle. I don't know. I don't know what this was. By the way, 1 inch was at the request of the current thing guy, and RMRK was at the request of Marcelo Rotermel. Marcelo Rotermel. RMRK and Bridge, this was for you, but anyways, Bridge, Oracle, BRG. There we go. That's what we needed. BRG USD on Bitmart. It's on Bitmart. That makes it legit. No, it doesn't, but maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Kind of a double bottom, unconventional, very ugly looking chart. It looks like it wants to go up more, but it's an ugly looking chart. This chart was born with an extra chromosome, man. Let's see. No offense. No, it's just a joke. It's not meant to be offensive, guys. Like, it's really not. Don't get hung up on it. Top to bottom here, 618, broke above it, finding support on it. You probably do move up higher. Probably being the key word. Decent looking RSI. Yeah, you look like you want to go higher. Where are you going to go? At least here to 308. You're at 305 right now. But you're probably making your way all the way up to 2034 in a very short amount of time. you're probably doing that really quick. Because I mean, this formation is nice. You probably, I say in a very short amount of time, but maybe before the halving, maybe even after the halving, but you probably, week by week, you like kind of crawl your way up as you've been doing. And as you get to the high here, you probably move sideways for a second, and then boom, then you move up. And that could be after the halving, that could be right before the halving that you break up, like something like that. But I bet you stay in this kind of consolidating, or this like spiral upwards, right, where you're just marching upwards. You probably stay in that until you get to like the highs of this range here around 00142. Then you probably consolidate again, move sideways for a little bit, and then you break out. Or maybe just break out immediately, but who knows? Who knows? It's an ugly chart. It can do ugly things, man. I like it, though. I like the RSI on all the time frames, daily, 4-hour, weekly. They all look good, looks productive. So probably up from here is what I got on that. Let's finish this bad boy off with Moonbeam. Moonbeam, it's GLMR, that's right. I knew it wasn't like, I knew it was weird. Glimmer, it's some glimmer. At the request of Mr. Mohammed El Mensi, we're finishing this one up for you, my man. Looking at it here, what a crap fest, man. Terrible. Good recently, right? You had a 75% week recently. What is this thing? Let's see. GLMR. Is it one of those that does the thing I don't like? Let's see. This is the price, and this is the market cap. Yes, it is. It is one of those things that I don't like. Look at this. New highs, relatively sideways with a slight little bit of downside, but the price has been nothing but down. You don't have new highs, so there has been, infinite supply. That's why. New tokens allocated into the circulating supply, diluting the market, making it harder for price to get back to where it was before, but easy for the market cap to stay afloat. Good for people who are participating. It's really good. This kind of coin is great for people who are participating in the ecosystem, whether it's staking or voting or doing whatever it is to get rewards. If it's got mining, I don't know. All kinds of cryptos do different things to give you rewards. If it has a video game, you can, maybe that way. But maybe some tokens were locked up for the founders or the creators. And they got unlocked. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I tried looking at the tokenomics before, and yeah, there's no data. Like I actually went to the website. Great for the ecosystem, but for speculators like you and me, not so much. Not so much. The ecosystem makes their money off of speculators, right? When speculators want to try to make their money off the ecosystem, so I generally stay away from stuff like this. But to be fair, it's looking good right now. Crap fest for most of its life, but it's looking good right now. You do have a higher high in the price right here. And I know it doesn't look like that here, but that's just because this is on a closing basis. On a closing basis, you do though. So I don't know. CoinGecko might be weird. Because to me, that doesn't look like a higher high, does it? 54.6. Okay, it is. It is a slightly higher high. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not as diluted as I was saying before. I'm sorry. I take it back. Forgive me. But definitely there has been some token allocation into the supply, right? Top to bottom, 382 resistance. You probably stop here. You probably move down. You're already down 15% this week. You probably go back to about 37 cents. Find support there, and then move up. Probably in this area. I would think around $1.50 to $1.90 is where you're going, but you could move higher. Something like this absolutely could. But let's see how it respects its fibs. If you do reject this and go to your 236, which it looks like you're going to, and you find support there, I would bet you find respect in this zone here. I very much would. Even more so if you went to your 0.5, rejected there, and then like stair-stepped, even more so that you would probably find respect here. But down in the short term is what I think, like the immediate term, and then probably up. Daily RSI looks good, man. Looks good. But you can go down. You can go down and still look good. Actually, I wonder real quick. Let's get that fib on there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Move down to that 236 at about 37 cents. Get this to be lower. The RSI will be lower. It'll have a lower low, but the price will have a higher low. That's hidden bullish divergence. You see that in uptrends. It means continuation, and continuation means high, higher low, higher high. You're continuing, right? You're continuing the uptrend. So it looks good. Probably down in the immediate term, but then up from there. And where are you going to go when you go up from there? I would at least look at that dollar area where your 0.5 is, and that's also a psychological level. If not, you might be making a straight shot to $1.50 to $1.90, that kind of zone there. And that could take time. It could take a month or two. It could. But yeah, man, that's all I got. That's everything. If I had to give a winner, man, it's hard to say. ACH for Fonz, man, or Mana, which is also a Fonz request. Either way, Fonz wins, man. ACH to me looks like it has the most solid chance of moving up, like in the immediate term. Mana looks like it wants to move up too in the more or less immediate term, and it might move up even more, but it could move down first too. It's a little bit of a question mark there. ACH looks like it wants to continue. Like, I'm pretty confident on that. Litecoin looks good too. I just think ACH is going to move up more in a shorter amount of time. So I would say ACH is the winner. If there's a loser, there's a big old loser. What would the loser be? I don't know. Hard to say. Because there's a bunch of them that look like they're going to move down in the immediate term, but they're not really losers, any of them. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough. So there's no loser. Nobody lost. It was a tie for loss. But definitely I would say ACH won. Runner-up, Mana. Third place, let's go with Litecoin. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Adios. I mean it. I'm going away. I know I'm getting closer. My voice might even be getting louder. But I'm going to end the video. It's going right now. Once I find the stop button.